Dear students, welcome to this session. In this session, we will continue the implementation of the stack in C++ language. I already told that the stack, that is this array and the variable data structures are built in available in all the programming languages. But if you want to use this stack, queue, list, tree, graph data structures in your application, first you need to create that data structure. That is, you have to construct that data type first. Then only you can utilize that data structure. So we need to learn how to create these data structures by applying the corresponding rules. So here we are going to learn how to create the stack data structure in C++ language. Why do we choose the C++ language? Means in any language, C, Java, C Sharp, you can implement. But better if you want to implement that abstract data type, that is a stack as and abstract data type. Okay, so we need the concept of classes. That is the object oriented programming concept we need. So then only we can create that the data structure as the abstract data type. It means that if you want to create the stack as an abstract data type, I have to create the corresponding class. Because the class only that access specifier concept, that is the data abstraction concept is there. So one of the main properties of characteristics of the object oriented programming is data abstraction. Data abstraction means the storage structure and the operations will be abstracted from the user, and only what operations are performed is known to that object of a class. So if you define a class by using its object, you can call only the public members. You cannot call the access the private members. Private members usually the data. So public members only the operations. But also by using that object, we cannot call that code. That is, the object will not know what is the code inside that particular function like that. So the thing is if you want to define as an object abstract data type, okay, you need the concept of the object oriented programming. So the language which supports object oriented programming. So that I choose to, you learned the C and C++, but we are going to learn through C++ language. Okay, so then only that's why we have chosen the C++ language. Next, come to the stack implementation, the basic ideas. If you want to create any data structure, that is possible only with any other data structure. Okay, means that data structure basic definition is it is some storage. Okay, some storage to store on elements plus the rules to access the elements. So this is the normal definition for data structure. The data structure is equal to some storage plus for rules for storing the accessing the elements like this. Okay, so here the stack is also known to the data structure. So if we want to create the stack, so we need to decide this storage and the rules. What rules we have to apply. Okay, so it means that I need some storage for storing the elements. I need some storage for storing the elements. So the stack can be created by choosing either array as a storage, okay, or the list as a storage. We can choose anything. Okay, either array as a storage for storing the elements or list as a storage for storing the elements. So the storage means where the elements are going to be stored. That's all. For that we are choosing one storage. So if you want to store, the stack is going to store list of elements. To store the list of elements, I can choose either array or list. So in addition to the storage, we need to apply these rules for accessing the elements. The rules are nothing but what are the operations are possible with the stack. That is the rules. So I have to define the rule for inserting an element by defining the push Okay, I need to define the rules for deleting the element by defining the pop. So similarly, what a peep, and then what is a stack empty. Okay, and then another 3 rules. So I need to decide which day storage you are going to choose and what are all the rules we are going to what add. So here, so now we are going to discuss only what creation of the stack by using array as a storage. Okay, so till now we don't know about the list, how the elements are stored in the list. After discussing the list concept, we will discuss the implementation of stack by using what? A list as a storage. So in this video, we are going to discuss only what? Creation of the stack by choosing what? The array as a storage. Okay, and by defining what? These rules. Okay. So apart from that array, so if you are choosing that array as a storage, okay, so we need an array of elements to store the data. Okay, apart from that array, what other type of storage required for what implementing the stack? Okay, so here if you are choosing an array, the size is a fixed one, so we need to fix the size. Okay, so we cannot create the stack for unlimited size. Okay, but if you are choosing the list as a data structure, the size is unlimited. But if you are choosing an array as a data structure, the maximum size we need to fix. So I need one array and then I need to fix the size of that array also. So maximum this much elements I can store in the stack. So one is the array and second memory I need to store the size of an array. In addition to that, I need one special property called top. Okay, the top property is the property of the stack. Okay, when you are choosing an array as a data structure. Okay, the top is going to store or maintain the index of the recently inserted element. So that for maintaining the index of the recently inserted element, we are going to use what? The top. So we need one array and two properties. One is the size, another one is what? The top, to maintain the index of the recently inserted elements. So these are the storage I need, okay, for storing some elements into the array stack. Plus what? I need what? This operations, that is what? Push, pop, peek is stack full, and then what is, that is make stack empty. So these are the functions how to be defined. These are the functions how to be defined, okay, for the stack. So the storage I have chosen, this storage I need array, size, and then top. We are not considering the list. Okay, we are going to consider array, that is implementation of stack using array. So I need an array and size, and then top. Size is going to store the maximum number of elements to be stored in the stack, and then the top is nothing but to maintain the index of the recently inserted elements, and I need to implement this functionality. Correct? We have decided the storage and the functions to be added, okay, to complete the stack data structure. Okay, the next thing is we need to complete each functionality input and output. Okay, so that we have to identify. So these are the functions to be added, these are the storage to be added to create the stack. The next we have to identify the input for input and the result of each operations we have to identify. So if you are considering the push operation, it is going to be implemented as a function. When you are going to define a function, this is going to be added as a member function in the stack. We need to identify what is the input needed to this function, what should be the output. Okay, the input means I wanted to insert an element. I wanted to insert a new element into the stack. The storage is a part of the stack. So I need one element, that is what the new element x. The x is what, a new element to be inserted. So that will be the input for what, the push operation. What should be the result of this operation? The result of this operation, it need to what, the x need to be what, inserted into that array. That is, this going to be what, stored into that array. So like that we are going to write, after inserting that element, some information have to be returned to the user. It means that the insertion always will not get a success. It may get what, failed, because if the sufficient memory is not available in that array when the stack is full, okay, by the time what you need to say what, the stack is what, overflow, you cannot insert the element. So the push operation may get failed also. So I need to return that success of this operation, that is what, success or not. Like that we have to what, that is return to the caller, that is the operation is what, success or not, that is the true or what, false. That need to be what, sent to the user, that is a caller. So that what, the user of the push operation, that is the user of the stack, will identify whether the operation, that is x, is what, inserted successfully or not by this return value. So that what, the push operation need to return this information, either the true or what, false, to the user. Okay, so either this or what, this have to be returned to the user. Okay, similarly you come to the pop operation. Okay, the pop operation means what, when the user call this function to pop, okay, so what is the input needed to be passed? So no need to give any input for the pop operation, because the pop is going to just pick one element from this array. So it is going to pick one element from the array. So no need to pass what, any input. So no input is needed. So no input is needed for what, the pop operation. Okay, but I need the two kind of the information. One is that success or not, that is the true or what, false. The operation gets success or not failed. It means that when the stack is an empty, by the time if you are calling the pop operation, so the pop operation get failed, correct? So I need to check whether the operation is success or not. Another kind of information is what, you need to return that popped element. So which element is popped, that element have to be what, returned. So deleted element have to be returned. So the pop have to delete one element. That element need to be what, returned. In addition to that element, it need to return what, true or what, false. If the return value is true, the element will be there. If the return value is false, means we need not consider what, the returned deleted elements. There is no element what, get deleted from the stack, like that you have to use. So there is no input required for the pop, and two kind of output we have to what, return from what, the pop. One is the true or false, another one is what, the deleted element. But here only one output, true or false, and only one input, the element to be what, inserted. Okay, so the next one is what, peep. So if you are considering the peep, okay, so here also this is similar to what, pop. It is going to return an element. Okay, so there is no output, no input to be sent for the peep. Just I can call peep, I need one element. Okay, and what will be the return value means the peep operation is success or not. So the peep also will get some failed in some situation. When the stack is empty, by that time if you are calling the peep, means what, it will return what, that is no elements is there, next elements is there to be what, deleted. So it will return what, the false. So I have to what, return the true or what, false, that is the success or false. So the next element is there or not, that have to be what, returned. And then if the next element is there, if the return value is a success, I have to return the next element also. So I have to use the next element to be deleted. So these two kind of information I need to return from what? The peep. So I am expecting this two output from the peep. I no need to send any input. Similarly for the pop, I expecting the two input output from the from the pop. I no need to send any input to the pop. I am expecting whether success or not this message from the push operation. The input I need to send what? Some X. That is a element to be deleted. Next is the is stack empty. For this functionality, to implement this functionality is stack empty. So what that operation is going to do, that is it is going to check whether the stack is an empty or not. So here also what, no input. Okay, no input to be what passed. Okay, and here it need to return whether success or not, that is the empty or not. It means what? The decision true or what? False. Okay, so the stack is empty or not, that have to be what? Returned from the is stack empty. Similarly, what is stack full. Okay, so for this function again what? There is no input, and what is the result is what? It need to return what? True or what? False. Okay, the next function is what? Make stack empty. So this need is what? It is going to just what? Erase the content of what? The stack. Erase the content of what? The stack. So that what? Here also what? There is no input to be passed. It is just what? Going to what? Erase all the content. Okay, so after that what? It need not return any success message. Okay, if it is already empty, it is going to be what? Empty. Even if it is already filled or some elements are there, the result of this operation is what? The stack will become what? Empty. So no way to get failed this operation. So here also what? No output. Okay, no need to inform any message. Once the user called this function make stack empty, we can assume that what? We can assume that what? That stack is what? Become empty like that, because this operation forcefully it is going to what? Make the stack as an what? Empty stack. Okay, like that we are going to design this operation, so that no way to this operation get failed, so that what? No need to send a success or what? Failed. Also you can make it a success or failed, but always it is going to return what? The true only. So no input for this and no output. It is just going to what? Delete the memory from the stack. So these are the 6 operations. Okay, we have identified the input and output for these operations. Also we have chosen what? The data type, that is the storage required and the required operations to be what? Implemented for the stack. We have decided the storage and the operations. Now I am going to create the stack entity. For creating any entity you need to create a class. Okay, so I am going to define a class. Okay, and then the class name I am going to set as a stack. Okay, this is a user defined name that we can start. And then the data members or storage always will be there in the private, and then the what operations to be performed is known to the user, so that functions have to be added in the public. Okay, so you just create a private session. So when you add the data members to the private, the data members is not accessible, will not be accessible from what? Outside of the stack. It means by using the object of the stack, these data members will not be accessed. So what is the storage? Already we discussed. I need one array to store an element. I need one array to store an element, and I need one variable to fix the size, to mention the size. I need what? One variable, that is to maintain the index of the recently inserted element. That is, I need A as an array. I need a size to store an size, the maximum size. I need what? The another element called what? Top to maintain the index of the element. Next we have to identify the type of these storages. Okay, the size is what? An integer. Whatever the type of the stack, okay, the size will be always what? Integer. That is number of elements. So I have to mention this as what? Int. And then the top is going to maintain the index of an element in that array. Okay, so index means what? Index always what? An integer, 0. In the index of an array start from what? 0, 1, 2, 3, like that only. So physically the top is also what? An integer only. So it needs to be declared as an what? Integer. Okay, so the top is also what? Integer. Size is also what? Integer. And what should be the type of that A? The A type is an array. It means that what? The how many maximum element I can store. Here you need to choose whether you can go for the dynamic array or static array. Okay, so here we are going to go for what? That's dynamic array, because the size is going to be known when we create the object for the stack. That is in the main function. Suppose if you are creating the stack, sts stack and object, by that time I need to fix the size, that is stack of 5, like that we are going to what? Create like this. It means that the maximum size is going to be given at the time of the object creation, at the time of what? The object creation. So maximum size is the 5 or 10 or 20 or something. Okay, so the size is going to be filled by the time of what? The object creation. So that what? Here I cannot mention the maximum size, so I need to keep this A as a dynamic array. It means that I have to add one in pointer, that is one to store the address of the first variable. That is, we are going to use the concept of what? Dynamic array. And then what type of elements you are going to store in the stack, that you have to decide. Okay, what type of element you are going to store, that you have to fix it. Okay, the stack cannot store the heterogeneous collection of elements. The stack is similar to an array only to store the collection of elements of the same type. If you want to store the collection of heterogeneous type, means you have to use the concept of what? Structure. So you have to fix the type of what? The stack. So for which type you are going to create the stack. So here I am going to create the stack for storing the integer elements, like that. If you are fixing the array type also what? Have to be what? Integer. So here I need to create an integer pointer, int star a. So this int represent what type of elements. If you are going to create the stack for storing the decimal elements, here the type will be what? Float or the double. If you are going to create a stack for storing the characters, so this type will be what? Character. Like that what? We have to what? Fix it. Okay, so since we are going to create the dynamic array, I make the star empty. We already discussed how to create a dynamic array. That is 2 steps. We have to create the pointer alone, then the elements, that is the size of the array memory will be created dynamically after what? Fixing the size. Okay, so we have added the storage, and then in that public session, okay, I need to add all the functionalities. Okay, in the functionalities we have identified what? Input and then what? Output. Okay, so when you design the class, okay, avoid what? Defining the member functions inside the class itself. Okay, just you add the prototype of the functionalities inside this class. Okay, you add the function definitions outside of the class, like that we are going to do. So here just I am going to add the function prototypes. Function prototype means what? I need to know what is the input and what is the output alone. If you want to define the function, I need the logic for what? That function. Okay, so first function is what? The push. Okay, so for this push function, I have added the function name as the push. Okay, I have added the function name as the push. And what should be the input for this push operation is what? The element to be inserted, that is a x. And what is the type of the element? So that is depending on the type of the stack. So for which type we are creating the stack means what? Int type. So that the element type also what? Should be an integer. So I need to use what here? Int as an input. So usually what the input, if you want to pass for a function, that will be possible with what the parameters. So I need to mention the parameter, one input I need, that input type is what, int, like that I have to fix. And the function is going to return what, only a single value. Single value means what, either true or what, false. So true or false, like that if you want to return means what should be the return type I have to mention. True or false comes under the type of what, boolean data type. Either you can make the bool as a data type or you can fix a int as a data type, so that we can identify 0 is for what, that's failure, and non-zero value as what, success. Like that also we can fix. Or in C++ we have the dedicated data type boolean to represent the true or false value. So I can make what, the return type as what, boolean. So it is going to return the true or false, and it is going to accept one integer, that is what, element to be inserted. Make sure that type match with what, the array type. The array type is nothing but for which type you are going to create the stack, that's all. But this size, the type of the size on the top always will be the integer, okay, irrespective of what, the type of the array. Okay, so next operation is the pop. Here you have to apply your knowledge, that is a pop. You tell me what type of storage I need to use, that is what type of what, when that is how many elements, that is how many output I have to return from the pop. So what is the input for the pop means that is no input, correct? So that is no input to be pop sent as an argument. Okay, but for the pop I expecting the two different values. Okay, when you consider this pop element, that is here, this consider the pop, okay, here no input to be what sent as a input, but I need two kinds of what output. One is what, true or false, another one is what, deleted element. So I'm expecting two output from the function. For that, now by using the return value, I can return maximum a single value. Either what, I can return the true or false, that is operation is success or not. That is one output I can receive through what, return value, that is what, boolean. I can identify that what the pop operation is success or not. The next thing is what, the deleted element I need. Deleted element also I needed from what, for pop. So I need to pass, and that is possible. Two output if I want to add for a function, that is possible with what, the concept of what, call by reference. So what I am going to do here is one output is going to be returned by the return value true or false. Another output is a deleted element. Okay, the deleted element is going to be returned to the caller by using what, ampersand. That is what, called by reference. So what type of element to be returned from the pop means what? So what type of element, depending on the type of that array. So int type. So it should be what, int ampersand. Okay, so here deleted element and success or failure message, two kinds of the information I needed. So that what, I fixed the return value as the boolean, and then I added one output parameter. This is not that input, be clear, this is not an input, this is just what, an output parameter. So it is going to be what, updated. After completing that operation you will understand this also. Okay, similarly what, peep. For peep operation again I need boolean. Okay, and what output I need is what, two kind of the output. One is the true or false, another one is what is that next element to be deleted, that is what, int ampersand. So be clear, this type and this type is depending on that array type. Okay, since we have fixed, we are going to create the stack for the integer elements. I am using all as what, integers. The next is stack empty. Is stack empty. Here the in output will be what, boolean, that is what, true or false. There is no input to be, only one kind of what, input, no output and only one output. No input and only one output. One output is for success or not, and no input is sent. Okay, similarly, what is stack full? For this also no input, and what a single output, whether the true or what false. And then make stack empty. For that also no input required, and then what, no output. So no output means I can mention it as what, void. When you are needed to return more than one result, you are expecting more than one result from a function, then you think about what, the call by reference. Okay, otherwise when we need only one result from the function, when we are expecting only one output from a function, so that is possible with what, the return type. Now you complete that stack class. So these are the functions to be added to the stack. These are the storage to be added to the class. In addition to that, you need to add a constructor. Okay, because during the construction of the object here, during the construction of the object, we must pass what, and size. Okay, so by the time only what I need to create the memory for what, array elements. So that is compulsorily we have to add what, the constructor. Okay, here when you add the constructor, here what kind of, that is how many parameters I needed for the constructor. So that when we are creating an object, so we are not going to create the object simply, that is what, stack yes, like that. It is not going to be happened in my mind. Okay, so always whenever you wanted to create the stack, okay, always I'm going to pass the size. Okay, then only what, that array size have to be what, fixed. So always I'm going to use this syntax to what, create the stack. So that I need to add a constructor called stack. Constructor is nothing but what, the name of the function is the same as the class name, constructor. There is no return type for the constructor. This is similar to the function, but there is no return type for the constructor. Then I need to add the input parameters for the constructor. So input parameter is what, the size, that is what, how many elements you wanted to what, maximum number of elements to be added to the stack. So that need to be what, integer. So this also, this type is irrespective of what, this type. So array type. So this is a size only. So it is always what, int. So we have added the stack, that is a constructor. We have added these functions. So this is the content of what, the stack class. Okay, we have added these things in the public, this is in the private. The pending thing is what, I need to add the definition of these classes, sorry, functions. These definitions have to be returned outside of the class. Okay, we will start defining the functions one by one. The first one is the stack. Okay, we already know how to define the functions outside of the stack, so outside of the class. First constructor, that I am going to define outside of the class. So I have to add first stack. This is the name of the function, constructor name, and we need to what, represent the full qualified name of this function if you want to define outside. That is what, scope resolution. This belongs to what, the class what, stack. Stack scope resolution stack, and then input is what, int, and then what, I need to mention some size, that is variable here. Okay, and then definition of this function. Okay, so here just I need to what, assign, this is the input size. Okay, the size have to be what, filled in the size variable. Okay, because here in this thing I have used the array size and then top. Okay, when we are creating an object like this, s of 5 means what, I need to initialize the size, I need to initialize the top, I need to what, initialize what, create the memory for that a also. These things have to be happened in the initialization of what, stack, creation of the stack. First I need to fill the size equal to what, this n, that I need to assign. Okay, the next when we are creating the stack as an empty stock when the content is not there. Okay, so what will be the initial value of the top? So what definition I given? It is going to maintain the index of the recently inserted element. Okay, recently inserted, index of a recently inserted. So when the stack is an empty, the index actually in that array start with 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so when the stack is empty, by the time the top pointing to -1. -1 means what? Invalid index. Okay, if the content is there means what? It may pointing to the valid index. The content is not there means what? The top is pointing to what? Some invalid index. So that when the stack is created as a new stack, so by that time the top value is going to be initialized with what? -1. Okay, that's all. The next what I need to what? Fix the size of that array also. Size of the array. Size is fixed. Now I need to create the memory for that array. That means that a equal to new. What type of memory means what? Int. What type of memory means that int. And then I have to what? Fix the size. The size is what? The size or that n. Anything you can use. Okay, that's all. Okay, so when we are creating like this in the main, okay, in the main s of 5, this is not possible, this is not going to be used. When we are creating a stack s of 5 like this means what will happen means the size memory will be created, okay, and the top memory will be created, and then that a memory is already there and this memory locations will be what? Created. So 5 and -1 and 5 memory locations will be created like this. Okay, and here this pointing to what? These locations, for example 1, 2. It means that a is an array with the index what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and then what? 4. So these memories will be created for what? Yes, like that we are going to learn. Okay, so when we are creating the stack like this, that is s of 5 means, okay, so the s will be created like this. It is having the property size, it is having the property top, that value -1, it is having an array with what? 5 elements, like that. This memory will be created during what? The creation of that object s of 5. That is happened on what? This structure, that is this constructor, that we have completed this one. The next one is what? I need to what? Define the operations one by one. First we will start with what? Is stack empty, is stack full, and then make stack empty. Okay, so first what? Boolean return type. Okay, and a stack scope resolution is stack empty. Okay, and there is no input. Okay, and then definition. So what this operation is going to do means is stack empty. So is stack empty. Okay, when we are creating an empty array, it will be look like, that is what? That a memory is that is a stack. Okay, s of what? 5 if you are creating like this. Okay, so here the s will be created like this, that a is an array. Okay, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 1, 4. That is a 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the size is what? Size is the 5. Okay, and the top pointing to what? -1. So top pointing to what? -1, like that. This is the structure of what? Stack. Okay, when we are creating an empty array like this, this is an empty array when we are creating, okay, in the main. Okay, so it will be created like this. Okay, so how can we check that stack emptiness? So when it is depending on what? The content value of the top. When the top pointing to -1, then it will be considered as somewhat empty. If top is not pointing to the -1, it is pointing to some valid index, then it will not be an empty. So that what we are checking here, this function need to return that stack is an empty, it need to return the true. Otherwise what, it need to return the false. So we have to check the top value alone, no need to check the content. Okay, so everything is going to be, whether stack filled or empty, is going to be identified by using the value of the top. For that only we are using this property. So if the top is equal to what, -1, okay, then it need to return true. Okay, else it need to return false. So either it is going to return the true or what, false. So this is the code for what is a stack what, empty. Okay, when the top pointing to what, -1, that is the empty stack. Okay, so how can we identify the stack is filled? When the stack is filled by the time, okay, so by the time, what is the status of the stack is, this is the A and 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, if all elements are filled, for example 5 10 15 20 and 25, like that. Okay, all the elements are filled. Okay, so one by one we have filled, and recently inserted element is what, 25. It means that by the time the top pointing to what, the last index, that is what, by the time the top will pointing to what, the last index. When the stack is empty, by the time the top pointing to -1. When the stack is filled, the content are get filled by the time the top pointing to the last index. So this is the stack full status. So how can we check the stack is full or not? By checking the top value. When the top pointing to the last element index, then we can identify. Thereafter we cannot what, insert an element. Stack is full. So when we define the function, okay, boolean, okay, stack, next function what is stack full. This is going to check what, return whether the stack is filled or not. Okay, so this is going to return the stack is what, filled or not. Here how can we define this function is, okay, so I have to check what, the top value again. When the size is the 5, when the top is pointing to the 4, that time that will be considered as what, top stack is what, full. Okay, so we need to check if the top reaches its maximum index. Maximum index is what, n minus, that is a size minus what, 1. So if size is the 10 means what, maximum index 9. So the top is equivalent to what, the size minus 1. Okay, that is the maximum index. Okay, size 5 means the last index will be what, 4. Size 10 means last index 9. So size minus 1, top reaches the size minus 1. So it means that the stack is what, full. Thereafter what, we cannot insert. So that's when this function is a stack full, have to return true if the stack is full. So the top reaches size minus 1, it need to return what, true. So return true. Okay, else we have to return false. Be clear, the true word and false word are what, the keywords. Okay, so that is the case sensitive. So all are the lower case. Okay, so return is the keyword. So it is going to return the value true, return value false, and return value true and false, like this. Okay, so like this we have to what, first fix these two functions, that is stack empty and then what, stack full. Be clear, this is a stack full status. Okay, this is a stack empty status. Next we will discuss the push operation. Okay, so here the prototype is what, boolean. Okay, and then stack is a class name, full qualified name of the operation, that is a push. Okay, and then the input is that the new element int x. The x is the new element to be what, inserted. Okay, so this definition I need to what add. Okay, so this definition I have to return. So return type is a boolean. Okay, so whatever the data structure, we keep it in mind whenever you are going to add a insert function, inserting a new element. The first step is what? The sufficient memory is available for inserting a new element or not. Okay, that is, the sufficient memory is there or not, that need to be checked first. So during the insertion operation for any data structure, that is the first step. So memory available or not for insertion. Then only you have to start what? Inserting an element. Correct. So here in this data structure, push is the insertion operation. Insertion operation means what? I need to check whether space is available or not. It means that when we cannot insert an element when the stack is full. Okay, by that time what? We cannot continue the operation. So just you check first. Step 1 is what? Checking the stack overflow status. That is what? If okay, the stack is what? Overflow or not. How can we check the stack is filled or not? By checking the top value. Top is pointing to what? The size minus 1. Then what? The stack is what? Overflow. We cannot insert the element more. Or just we can call, already we define the function what? Stack is stack full. This function already what we defined, we can use this function. This is also the member of the stack. So I can just what? Call this function here. That is what? Is stack full. Okay, if it returning the true, that means that if is stack full, then what? I cannot insert the data. So in that case, this operation get failed. Failed means what? This operation need to return the failure message to the user. So return means what? I have to exit this function. I should not continue. Return with what? The false. Okay, like that I have to complete. It means that no need to do anything, just return immediately to the caller with what? False. So what is the use of return state? Means return means what? Whenever it read the return, okay, it will return to the caller with some value. Okay, so that what is happening here? If is stack full, okay, it will check the stack fullness. If it is a true means it will return to the caller with the message what? False. False means he will identify what? This operation is get failed. Stack is for overflow. So you should not print the message here itself. So whatever the message to be conveyed to the user, that should be what? Only through what? The main function. Okay, stack overflow, that message have to be printed through the main function only. So this function just return the message to the, convey the message to the successness of what? Message to the caller. So it is just returning the message what? False to the main function. So that main will check whether the stack operation, push operation is access or not. Then he will what? Print. So the next things. So now we decided this is not full. If it is not full, it by default it comes here. No need to add the else part, because here we have returned we have added the return statement. So that by default, if it is not full, it come to here. Here I have to write the code for what? Inserting an element. Inserting an element to the stack is nothing, very simple procedure. Every insertion and deletion have to be happened only through what? The top. Okay, the top maintaining the index of what? Recently inserted element. Okay, so the new element, whatever the new element is going to be placed above what? The recently inserted element. Correct? Placed above the recently inserted element. So the procedure is what? Just to move the top to the next free location. Now the top pointing to what? Recently inserted element. So just to move the top to the next free location, it means that top equal to what? Top minus 1. Sorry, top plus 1. So increment the top. So top equal to what? Top plus 1. So that is the first step. Move the top to next free location. So that what? The top will move to what? 0. Correct. So in that 0th location only is the empty, next free location. In that 0th location, I need to insert that X. So 0th location means what? The name of this array is what? Actually A. Okay. In that A of that location, that is what? Top is equal to what? The new element what? X. Okay, in that a of top we have to store what, that x. So we have inserted, it means that the top will be moved to this one. Okay, so and top will be moved to here. Okay, in that location what, that for example if you are calling s dot push of what 5, like that if you are calling, okay, the 5 will be received here. Okay, and the 5 will be stored to what, this location, like this. By the time top pointing to what, 0, recently inserted element what, 0. So after calling this function, that is s dot push of 5, here it will return the success or failure message. You can receive this in the result. You can check this if result is equal to what, true, success. Okay, else failure. Like that we can add this statement in the main function. So this statement is going to be presented on what, the main function. So if it is a true means what, see out what, a success, and then otherwise what, see out what, a failed, like that we can add it. So be clear, this call is going to be happened on main, and this check also what have to be happen on what, main, so that the result variable have to be declared on what, main, like this. So this is the thing. So after inserting this element, the content of the stack will become what, like this, 0 1 2 3 and then what, 4. Okay, the top pointing to what, 0, and it contains the 5, like this. Next, if you are adding s dot push of 15, like this. Okay, so again it will call this function. Here what is that? So finally what you have to return, that is once the success is what, inserted element is inserted successfully, I need to return what, true message to the column. Okay, so failure means what, false will be returned. Success means I have to return what, true message. So that what, now if you are calling s dot push of 15, now the 15 will be received in x. So now what is happening is, here it will check is stack fill, top value will be checked, top is not what, equal to size minus 1. Okay, that is what, it is not full, so success. So it will go to what, the next false, that is this statement, top equal to top minus 1. So it will be moved to this position. Okay, next to free location. Now it will insert the x into that location, that is what, 15 will be inserted into this location. So after calling this function, so what is the status of the stack means what, 0 1 and then what, the top, like that. Okay, understood? So this is the insertion operation. Similarly you have to what, define the pop. Okay, so boolean, okay, stack scope resolution pop, and then here I have to add what what is a prototype of what the pop means. Here pop operation prototype was one reference variable, okay, int ampersand, and then what, boolean. Okay, so boolean, here I have to what, int ampersand x. So ampersand x means what, the x is the output variable. Output variable means what, this function is going to update the x value. It is not an input, it is an what, output. The pop is going to update the x value from here. Okay, so by the time if you are calling now, this is the stack status. Okay, so now if you are calling s dot pop off, okay, s dot pop off, here I need to pass some value, that is a y, like this. Here I have to declare int y. Y is the output variable, so y is passed here. Okay, so y is passed as a reference, and here it is going to what, return an success or failure message. It means that if the pop returning the true, the y containing what, the popped element. If the pop returning the false, the y does not contain any value. Don't worry about the y value, you can ignore the y value. Okay, so depending on the return value of the pop function, we can consider or what, we can ignore the y value. Y is the output variable, so that what, in the main itself we have to declare that y, then you have to pass it as an argument. So here this x will act as a reference for that y. So if you are updating the x, it will be reflected on what, y, like this. So like that we are going to what, define this function what, pop. Okay, so now what is the pop operation here is similar to what the insertion. Whenever you are inserting an element, you are checking the memory, sufficient memory is available or not. Similarly, what whenever you are going to implement a delete operation, you are going to add a delete operation for any data structure, you have to check first what, so that it is possible for deletion or not. It means that the elements are there for the deletion or not, that need to be checked. When look at this array, okay, so visibly what the two elements are there, so it is possible to delete. How can we check that here in the code? How can we check the possibility of the deletion? When it is not possible to delete, when that content is deleted, empty, that is when the stack is an empty, we cannot what delete an element. So that emptiness needs to be checked as a first step in that pop operation. How can we check whether the stack is an empty or not? We have already what added a function, what is stack empty, is the stack empty of. Okay, so this is also the member of the same what stack. So just we are calling is stack empty like this. Okay, so if it is a true means what, the stack is a empty. How it will be checked? If top is pointing to -1, it will return the true, otherwise it is returning what, false. Now the top is not equal to what, -1, it is pointing to some valid index, so it is not an empty, so it will return definitely what, false. False means it will go to here, so possible for deletion. If it is a true means we cannot delete, we cannot do this operation, just return what, false. Okay, before returning, since it is an updated output variable, that must be what, updated with some value. So what, before returning the false message, you just store some invalid value, that is x equal to -1, then return false like this. Okay, because this x is not going to be considered here. If it is the return value is a false, means what, the y is going to be what, ignored. But as per the syntax, if it is an output variable, that must be filled with some value in that function. So before returning the failure message, so that just fill that x with some invalid number. But if it is a false, it is not going to be what, considered. So you can store any value to here, that is not a matter. Just I am going to store the -1 and return what, false. So now what is the procedure for deleting an element? If it is not an empty, we consider we are decided what, the stack is not an empty, so we can what, proceed with what, the deletion. So that code is going to be returned here. So what is the procedure for deletion means? What is the procedure for insertion? Just what, the top is incremented to the new location, and then what, we are inserting a new element into that location. So the pop is the reverse of that insertion. We need to what, just delete the top, decrement the top. Okay, now the top pointing to recently inserted element, so the pop have to return the recently inserted element only. The recently inserted element is pointed by what, the top. So I have to update that x with what, the recently inserted element of the stack. That means a of what, the top, like that you have to use. Just you update the x with what, recently inserted element. Recently inserted element means what, 15. 15 means what, a of what, top. So that you back up in that x. So x will be filled with what, 15. It means that in that side what, y also what, filled with what, 15 like this. Okay, so only backupping the top value to the x is not like deleting that element. It will return what, it will update the recently inserted element. If you want to remove that element 15 from the stack, so logically what, just you reduce decrement the top. We cannot what, replace delete this memory for that, because it is an array. In the array case, we cannot delete the memory allotted for 15. Instead, what we can do, logically we can delete that element. Logically we can delete that element means just to move the top to what, the 0. So that what will happen after deleting that element, the content will be, okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. Okay, so what is happening here is, the top will be, that is a 5, okay, the top will be what moved after backupping the 15 to the x, the top will be moved to the 0, okay, that is top equal to what, top minus 1, top minus 1, so it will be moved. So only by decrementing the top, how it is mean that it is a deletion? Physically the 15 will not get deleted, it will be presented, but logically it will be deleted from the stack. It means that, so what we are saying, that means the content of the stack at any time, content of the stack at any time from is from 0 to what, top only. So above the top, the 2, 3, 4, these positions are considered as a free location only. Okay, so this is the logic for what, the stack. So that what, the content of the top stack after deleting the 15 from 0 to top values are also what, 0. So 0 to 0 only. So above the top elements, that is a 1, 2, 3, 4 will be considered as a free location only. So that what, after decrementing the top, so we have to return the success message true. Okay, so logically we have deleted element. So physically if you look at that location, a of 1 means what, it is having the 15, but logically it will be deleted. Why we are calling as logically it is deleted means, so after deleting the 15, okay, so here the top is a 0, by that time, okay, if you are going to insert a new element, s dot push off what, some 25 like this, what will happen means, that is after deleting the 15, if you are going to insert an element at 25, what will happen during the push operation, what is happening here, it will check the stack full, stack is not a full, so that what is happening, top equal to top minus 1, so that what, top will be moved to the next free location. So that what is happening here, above the top will be considered as what, the free location as per our logic. So that what, top will be moved to the 1, in that a of 1, here a of 1, we are going to store the x value is what, 25 will be stored to what, the next, that is a of what, 1. So after inserting that element, the 15, this time 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5 will be there, the top will be moved to this location. Here already 15 is there, the 15 is going to be replaced by what, the new element 25, like that. So the 5 will be placed above what, that 25. It means that logically 15 is already erased. We have not at all considered that location as a content of the stack. It will be considered as what, only the empty location. So that what, it is get deleted, like that we have identified. We have to what, consider. So pop operation in the stack is what, just back up the current top value into that x, just to what, decrement the top. Decrement the top means what, logically that element is get deleted. Okay, so then return the success message. Okay, so that, so after deleting one element, okay, so now if you are calling the 25 will be placed in place of a previous 15. Again, if you want to insert an element, increment the top and then insert that element into that location. Okay, so above the top, that locations will be what, considered as what, the free only. Next we will consider the peep operation. So if you define the peep, return type is the boolean, okay, and full qualified name is a stack scope resolution what, peep, okay, and the argument is what, the reference int ampersand x. Okay, the peep operation is also what, similar to the pop operation. Okay, it is going to what, return the recently inserted element. Recently inserted element means what, without deleting that, it need to return only what, recently inserted element. So again here we have to check the peep operation is possible or not first. It means that the stack is an empty, the peep is not possible. So you have to check that the emptiness. If is stack empty, okay, so is stack empty of, then we cannot what, delete p, that is return the recently inserted element. Just to what, I have to return return false. Okay, and then here I have to write the code for returning the element. So return means what? It is going to return the success message after updating the x value. So the x needs to be updated with the recently inserted element. Recently inserted element is nothing but the top value. So a of what? Top. So we have updated the x with the recently inserted element. So only the difference between the pop and the peep is the pop after updating the recently inserted element in the text, that element get deleted. Deletion means what? Top get what? Decremented. That is not going to be happened in the peep operation. The top will not get changed. So top always pointing to what? 25. If you don't want to delete means don't alter the top value. Just what? Back up the top value to the tx. Then just what? Return the true message. So success. So only the difference. Okay, so if you look at the code of what? Push and pop, this only the difference. So here we are backupping the top value to the x. Here also we are backupping the top value here x. But here we are not deleting, but we are deleting the content. That location is going to be freed. So by what? Decrementing the top. Top will move to the next recently inserted element. That's all. Okay, so that is the peep operation. So now if you are calling the peep operation here, s dot peep of what? The sum y. So y is what? Into y is a backup, that is a local variable, and what? Res equal to, re is the boolean type, boolean what? Res. Okay, into y, res equal to s dot peep of y. Okay, when you are calling that function, so what is happening here is we have to check here if the returned value res is equal to what? False. Equal to false means what? There is no element in that y. So y have to be what? Ignored. So just we have to print the message, the stack underflow. So we cannot delete any more elements. Else means what? We can delete. Deletion is possible. So the top value means what? See out. The next element is what? Next element to be deleted is, okay, so we have to print that y value. Here we are considering the y value, y containing that element, because here the x is updated. X is the reference to what? Y. So y get updated with what? That top value. So we are printing this. This code need to be what? Added in the main. Okay, so after deleting, calling the peep operation, when you look at the content, okay, in the memory, okay, so still remains the same. That is 0, 1, 2, 3 and then 4. That top pointing to what? Still 1. So the elements are 5 and then what? 25, like that. Okay, so we have added all the operations. We have defined all the operations. The last operation is what? Make stack empty. So that operation is what? Void, okay, and make stack scope resolution, make stack empty of no input. Here this operation, it is not going to return any value. There is a void. It is just what? Completely delete the elements. Can you say what is the logic to completely delete the elements? So you can call the pop operation until what? The stack become empty. One by one you can delete. Or what you can do means just the top only is deciding what? The empty or what filled. It is what? It is pointing to the recently inserted element. So if you want to suddenly delete, logically delete all the elements from the stack, okay, here if you are moving the top from 1 to what? -1, then what is happening? Logically what? All elements are get what? Deleted. The stack will become what? Empty. So what is a simple operation to make the stack as an empty means just move the top to what? -1. That's all. So we have moved the top to the -1, so that after calling that function, the stack logically the content or get what? Deleted from the stack. 0, 1, 2, 3, even what? The 5 or 25 is that no need to consider this. So what? the top is pointing to what? Minus 1. So the top is pointing to what? Minus 1. So this is nothing but what? The empty stack. That's all. So whatever the content, okay, if you want to delete all the content from the stack, simply you can call what? Make stack what? Empty. So these are the possible operations we have discussed today. Okay, so push, pop, peep, and then what? Is a stack empty, is a stack full, and make stack empty. But in some books they have added the display as the function, display function as a in the stack. So that function is not a valid function for the stack as per the stack logic. Okay, so we can what? Only perform these operations. Okay, push and pop. We cannot display the content of the stack. We can access the elements one by one only. So we cannot what? View all the content from the stack. So that stack means what? With insert and delete operation, push and pop operations. And along with this we can perform what? These operations. Peep, stack empty, stack full, and make stack empty, like this. Okay, so we have now completely defined what? All the operations in the stack. Okay, we have discussed the implementation of the stack ADT. Okay, we have discussed the implementation of all these operations: push, pop, peep, is stack empty, is stack full, and make stack empty. Okay, so this is the way to create the stack ADT. Okay, so I will explain how to create the main function, how to add the define the main function through another video. Okay, so this is this class with a complete definition of these functions. Okay, will become the stack ADT. If you define this class, you can use the stack ADT for any application. Okay, but the stack is created for storing only what? Integers. Okay, suppose if you want to create the stack for storing the float decimal numbers, means I need to change the data type here and here, and pop operation and peek operation. So these things have to be what? Changed. That's all. Okay, so thank you. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Thank you.